Begin an Office Calendar free trial quickly and easily, by clicking any of the available free trial links displayed on the OfficeCalendar.com website. On the screen that follows, fill in your first name, last name, and email address. You'll notice a user ID for the first user will be suggested, however that can be easily adjusted if preferred. This will create the first user, but other users can be created in the steps to follow. Next, confirm a password for the user ID, and provide an Office Calendar on-demand server name. This is essentially your account name, so while most environments will elect to use a variation of the business or organization, this can be anything as long as it's not already taken. Lastly, verify the CAPTCHA code as displayed in the window, and click the Create Account button to proceed. Once the account is successfully created, click the green button to proceed to the Setup Wizard. When the Setup Wizard appears, we can see the first user we just created exists already, so next we simply go about creating the additional users we want involved in the Office Calendar sharing environment. There's no need to worry about memorizing these now, as a detailed admin document containing all of this information will be provided for you in the last step. Once we've accounted for everyone, we simply click Next to advance to Step 2, Resource Users. With Office Calendar, Outlook users can also create extra folders to share and sync in addition to their own personal Outlook folders. If there isn't a need for any extra syncing folders, you can simply skip ahead to Step 3, but for the purposes of this instructional video, we'll create a few by choosing the Create Additional Folders option and advancing to Step 2, Resource Folders. Step 2, Resource Folders, is where we create any extra standalone folders to be synced amongst the actual users we've just created, referred to in Office Calendar as Resource User Folders. Resource User Folders can be used for just about anything, and to create them simply give them a folder display name, and designate the type of folder you wish them to be. For this installation, we will create a conference room shared calendar, as well as a group contacts shared contacts folder. Once satisfied, we simply click Next to advance to Step 3, Security. On the third step, Security, we can use any of the buttons at the top to quickly and easily set the same permissions for all users, or we can use the drop-down menu to customize each user's permissions individually. It's important to note that the permissions we assign on this step are not permanent, and can always be quickly and easily readjusted from within the Office Calendar Administration console once we have completed the setup. Once we are satisfied with the permissions settings, we click Next to advance to Step 4, Email Users. Step 4, Email Users, is a quick and convenient way to send the installation steps to each of our end users, by emailing instructions containing everything they would need, directly from the Setup Wizard. For our demonstration purposes, we will enter our users' email addresses, however these installation steps can always be sent again anytime from within the administration console, and are also always available online. Once ready, we proceed by clicking Next. As mentioned earlier, Step 5, Generate Admin Document, allows us to print or save a detailed record of all the important installation information, including all of the user logins that we just created. We recommend printing or saving this now, however, this can always be easily regenerated anytime from within the administration console. When ready, click Finish to complete the Setup Wizard, and we will move next to see how quick and easy it is to install and configure the Office Calendar client software in Microsoft Outlook. Now, we'll jump to Microsoft Outlook for one of our users' machines and look for the Office Calendar client installation email that we just sent in Step 4 of the Setup Wizard. This email contains convenient step-by-step installation instructions, including the link to install the Office Calendar client software. How to ensure you are syncing with your correct Office Calendar on-demand server. And also the user's own specific credentials to get logged in. So, we'll begin by clicking the link provided in step number 1 of the email, which should immediately launch the download from your default web browser. Once the file finishes downloading, simply open or run the file. When the Office Calendar Client installation window appears, simply click Next to install the Office Calendar Client plugin for Microsoft Outlook. It is common to find that Microsoft Outlook will still be running during the installation of the Office Calendar Client, and if so, a message will appear prompting the user to close Microsoft Outlook in order to proceed, which we can easily do, using the upper right corner X in the Outlook window. Once Outlook is completely closed, continue through the remaining next prompts of the installer until it says, Installation Successful, and click Finish. Next, we reopen Microsoft Outlook, pull back up the Office Calendar Client installation email again, and we complete the remaining steps. With the Office Calendar Client successfully installed, we can jump right to step number 3 of our instructions, which says to locate and click the Configure Office Calendar icon, most commonly located under the Add-ins tab of Microsoft Outlook 2010 and higher installations. When the Configure Office Calendar window appears, we do as instructed in step number 4, and go to the Server Connections tab to enter the on-demand server name, which in this case is Acme Tools. Next, we simply test the connection with the on-demand server, as instructed in step number 5, which hopefully returns a successful result. If so, click OK, then click OK again to exit the Configure Office Calendar window. Our final step is to attempt a manual sync, by clicking the Office Calendar Synchronization button at the top, and entering the user login credentials when prompted, as instructed in step number 7 of our email. The sync process should then engage, and when finished, the shared folders should then be visible and setup is complete on this machine. Once all users have been installed and synchronized, everyone should then be syncing and sharing successfully. Thanks for watching. Click the link to check out our other helpful videos, and don't hesitate to call customer service with any questions.